Howdy friends, this is the 68 Camaro, and I've been working on putting the roof on all day today, all this morning actually, and there's a couple things that I need to capture on video and share with especially the owner of this vehicle and of course people out there. These middle cross brace bars were collapsed, depressed, and stretched out. So what I had to do was re-arch them and re-spring them. And the only way to do that was to break the welds off on the middle bar and the front bar, or the front of this middle bar right here. Because this one right here, it had 3/4 of an inch gap, meaning that the front of this bar was hanging over just like my finger was, and it was welded underneath here, which I did not do. Somebody previously had done that. So when I put the roof on, we had about almost 2 inches of gap between the top of the bar and the roof skin. So I've now brought that back up about 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches. So it's more of an arch, more of a bow, like it should be. But there's one thing that I want to bring up, and that's about the product that I used on this vehicle called Panel Bond, which is like a glue. And sticking the roof on this side today, you know, with a small pry bar just to get it underneath the drip rail, caused the panel bond here to delaminate and lose its contact and adhesion. Now, I may have not done this properly because I'm pretty sure I had primer on here and then stuck the panel bond to it. But the interesting thing was that when this piece came off this morning, it removed the primer with it. The primer on the base metal. Which is pretty amazing because this metal was media blasted and it had a good profile, and so that primer just completely pulled up. So instead of redoing the panel bond, I went and cut it off, ground down the panel bond, and plug welded this piece back on. So this now is welded, and the other side I'm doing that same process to, in order to get the roof to go on properly, easily, and to fit with minimal problems. And here's the piece right here. It goes in. Of course, that seam right there will be transparent. No one will even know that that was welded up. So it's always little things that are cumulative to that you have to pay attention to. And on the roof skin, I've drilled out most of the holes around it. Right here I had to cut it a little bit to relieve it, to make it fit a little bit better. And I did the same, I think that was the only place I had to make a little cut. And on the back side I made a little cut too, just a little small one there, just corresponding to this one. It's all normal, it's all part of making aftermarket panels fit, and they do fit, but it takes a bit of it takes some metalworking skills to make this happen. So it's done nicely, correctly, and it looks good at the end. So I'm looking at the camera and I see lots of little metal flakes around it. I guess there's a magnetic piece on the back, on the inside of the phone, right around there, that attracts the metal to it. So I'm very packed in here, folks. Hopefully that C20 will resume here in the next couple of weeks. If not, it is going outside into a storage capacity. So that's a big frame. That's a big frame. So anyways, that's what's going on here. Back to welding. Peace. Cheers. Bye-bye. Be good, everybody.